Peace, peace, man. What's going on? It's your boy Looker, Rashawn, aka Looker to be exact. Space Invaders TV. Hey, man, make sure that y'all, subscribing to the page, hitting the notification bell, so every time that I post something, y'all will get it. Um, but yeah, peace and blessings to everybody, man. Hope everybody's doing well, and you know, today is Thursday, September the 24th, 2020. Um, and we heard the verdict of what has, what came down from Kentucky, Louisville, in the wake of the Breonna Taylor case, and still the unjust that's going on. It's just crazy, man. And I just want to speak on that real brief. It's crazy, man, and that's why, everybody's talking about get out and vote. You know, um, the president is just a puppet. What has to be done is, on a local level, you have to make sure that you're paying attention and voting and putting that same pressure on local level, and making sure that they are making themselves known to the public, so we know who it is that we voting for county seats and the mayors and the governors, and then really where the laws get made up at, the Senate. You know what I'm saying? The House. They pass the laws. You know what I'm saying? In the Senate. The president just signs off on them, or he can veto them if, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But the House passes the laws, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where the reps, the state reps, the senators, there's 100 senators in the House. And each state has 2 senators, you know what I'm saying, from their state. And then you had the House, the representatives. I think it's like 430 of them. And I think it is. Let me make sure I got my stuff down right. So I can let y'all know how this goes down. The senators, every 6 years they get a rotating term. The senators, man, every 6 years. So right now, what we got this year, you have 12 Democratic seats up for 2020 election. 12 Democratic senator seats. You got 23 Republican seats. You know what I'm saying? Man, you have to vote. They the ones who pass the laws. Just for instance, just an example, just like with the stimulus money, the president didn't pass that. He didn't give up that money. That was the senators. That was the House. They handle the money for this country. They say what goes about, you know what I'm saying, the laws, certain bills getting passed. They the ones who pass those bills. You know what I'm saying? That pass the bills for your rent or your mortgages to be on hold, for more food stamps, for that stimulus money. They are the ones. The president don't pass nothing. The president ain't the one. He has to wait on them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they've been going back and forth for months about another stimulus check, blah, blah, blah. But they're the ones that you have to put, you know what I'm saying, pressure on them. And the thing is, the senators, you could contact them. You know what I'm saying? We could contact them. We could call them. I have an issue that I want to pose that I'm gonna hit up. You know what I'm saying? The senator of my state. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit them up with and see what I need to do from there. You know what I'm saying? But the senator, you could call. They have phone numbers. You could call. You know what I'm saying? The congressman, you could call them. You know what I'm saying? You can't call the president. You know what I'm saying? So you could call and you could get, take action, man. That's all I'm saying. And what went on with that Breonna Taylor case, man, and how they handling that, man, is crazy. It's it's like, hey, that man, he got charged, but not for killing that woman. You know what I'm saying? Not for killing that woman. Now everybody make mistakes, but no, you killed that woman because y'all didn't do y'all due diligence. But he gets off, they get off, and they get charged for pretty much shooting into a property. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much hitting the wall. You know what I'm saying? Shooting into a dwelling. But you don't get charged for killing that woman. You know what I'm saying? And then had the nerve to lock her boyfriend up because he has the right to bear arms, like a lot of us do. And then you lock him right up. Meanwhile, those guys were still running. They were still on the street. They were on desk duty for a minute. And you know what I mean? So it's just crazy, man. So man, listen, local level, make sure in your cities that you stand on top of that, man. I've been a victim of it as well, of just staying stuck on, you voting for somebody because you always seen their name on the ballot for years. But what are they really doing? We got to start putting the pressure on them. And I think the more and more we talk, more and more people are understanding, as well as myself. More and more of us are understanding how this government is working. The more of this unjust that we have seen, just over these last 20 years, but it's been going on for years before all of us been born. You know what I'm saying? Slavery. One thing. That's where it started. You know what I'm saying? So the kidnapping of our people from their native homeland of Africa and bringing them over here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy, man. But so that's what we have to do, man. On the wake of the Breonna Taylor, my heart goes out to their family, man. And I hear all the dirt that they trying to kick on that young lady and talking about, the guy that they were looking for. He was already apprehended. He was already in custody. He was in the jail already. So the man that the gentleman y'all was looking for was already in custody, but then they trying to kick dirt on the young woman's name and saying that, she used to deal with that guy. He used to live there, and I'm hearing the story like, her Breonna Taylor boyfriend was, he thought that maybe, that her ex was, he was a big time dealer or whatever, supposed to be in the city. Breonna Taylor might have thought that it was him coming through. Man, all of this bullshit nonsense as excuses. You know what I'm saying? When the case was the police didn't handle their business properly. And a young woman got killed in the result. And the family's life was turned upside down now. You know what I'm saying? From this going on here. So, man, peace and blessings to Breonna Taylor and her family, man. I spoke about, you know what I'm saying, this situation early on in past videos. But, yeah. So, I say that to say, man, we have to vote. Pay attention to the senator race. Every 6 years, you have rotating. So now it's 12 seats up. It is 12 seats for the Democrats, 12 senators seats open, and there's 23 Republican seats open. And so yeah, man, pay attention to that. They pass legislation, they pass the bills, they make the hard shit. They can declare war. You know what I'm saying? The president is just a pawn. We have to pay attention to the president. But the one thing is this. Once you start paying attention to the senators' races and stuff like that, and the House representatives, you start paying attention to them, and the judges and all that stuff, you start paying attention to them and getting more information on them and voting on those people and putting the right people in place. I believe then the presidential races will shift, and then we will get different people running. We will get different type of people running. The messages will be different. But see, some of them know that we constantly focusing on the presidential race, but he ain't the one. Everybody keeps talking about vote, 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 but they don't say vote, vote, vote for what. You can't just vote to get homeboy out of there. You also got to pay attention to the Senate. You have to pay attention to them. They are the ones who pass the bills. They are the ones that make the moves for this country. They handle that. So you have to pay attention to that when you want to think of the executive government like that, executive branches. And then we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention to where we live, eat, and sleep. Our local cities and our states. We have to pay attention to these people too, man, because they play that same game too. See, everybody focusing this way, but meanwhile, the ball going that way. You know what I mean? It's a big game, and we in the game, and the quarterback, which is the house, they hand the ball off to the president. Everybody looking that way at the president. Meanwhile, the Senate running this way with the 52 fake out. You know what I'm saying? So we got to pay attention, man. Pay attention to that for real. And I know a lot of people constantly keep hearing it, but they keep shoving down your throat about the president. We got to do the presidential race. We got to get him out of there. But nobody's never talking about. You hear certain people say it, but it's like vaguely. So if you don't, you know what I mean? If you're not paying attention to government, then you're not knowing. But I'm just giving you the breakdown, man. All you had to do is do your research and understand it. I'm not telling you nothing that I'm pulling this out of my hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you something that's real. You know what I mean? So once again, man, got to get out and vote. And pay attention to the senators. That's what you want to pay attention to. The House legislation. They pass the bills. They got the money. They handle the country business. They say what's nay or yay. They go back and forth and argue across the floor. You know what I'm saying? About certain things. The president just stand on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Waiting to get in to sign off on something. So when people say, oh, he gave up money, he didn't give up nothing. The Senate that came up with that. Even though it wasn't enough, but if you had certain people that were vying and saying you need to give more money in the Senate, but they had to come to some type of agreement. So yo, that's that, man. But what I want to get to today, man, I want to talk about something that's real and intense for a lot of people, man, and it's a situation that need to be talked about. And when we talk about family and when we talk about the state of our young black youth, you know what I'm saying, in the past and in the present. We talk about cycles of behavior. We fail to talk about, you know what I'm saying, family and the importance of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know some family structures are out of whack, and it all comes from, you know what I'm saying, cycles, man. But what I want to talk about today, man, what we can start at, man. And I'm a victim of this myself too. And I'm in this situation myself too. But I know and dealt with it and did my due diligence and being proactive about it. So today I want to talk about child support, man. And what we need to do, man. And first, man, I want to talk about how the system is all jacked up. So you had the welfare system came about in the late depressions in the 1930s, right? So when they came with that was supposed to help families in the Great Depression, help them, you know what I'm saying, in their household, you know, and man included. It was the family that's what welfare started on in the 1930s. It's no lie, you can look it up. So then later on down the line, you know, you start having where in 1975, it was officially launched, child support, in 1975, which is when the government established Section 4-D of the Social Security Act. And the first legislation on private child support was enacted in 1950. State welfare agencies were required to notify law enforcement officials when a child receiving AFDC benefits had been deserted or abandoned. So so then you have welfare switching over and getting into that. So then now you have it where, you know, the welfare started switching, and that would have been the time in 1975 when welfare started switching. And then it started being like women would come for support. The man's not there for whatever reason. I'm going to get to that part too, but I'm just trying to open this up for y'all. So the man not being in the house for whatever reason, so now the woman goes to welfare. She needs support. She needs help with her children. She needs help in her household. So she goes there. Okay. And so now they're like, who's in the house? Who's in the household? I came up, I was on, my mom's was on welfare. So I'm speaking and I know, and some of you could probably contest and remember some of these things that I'm about to say. So, the woman would go to child support. The woman would go to welfare and seek support, get the support or whatever. They would say, who's the father, blah, 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 where's he at, do you know where he at, blah, blah, blah. All right, so they would give them the assistance from welfare. They will always get a review. And I remember this vaguely being a child. I remember the caseworker would come to the home and they would make sure, because no man was supposed to be in the house with you. There's only they somehow they got switched. And when it started from being a family thing, it was like, no. Family, they deemed it as only the mother and the children. That's the family, no father. The father couldn't be there. If a father was in the home, they would not give up assistance. If they found the father would be in the home, they will cut the mother off. If they seen any sign of a man, I remember they would come in the house, the social worker, caseworker, whatever you want to call it, would come in the house, and they will actually go in rooms and look and see if there's a man in that home. If there's any sign of another person, man, being in that home. And if they found anything, any garments or anything, they would actually look in closets, man. I remember this, and if anybody can remember, test the same thing. I remember that vaguely as a kid. So when I started and wanted to talk about this situation, I started reliving and thinking about certain things that I remember. So moving forward, man. So the man couldn't be in the home. That took the man out the home. Whether the man felt like the man couldn't provide, but then he knew, okay, he can't be home on this certain day when this caseworker come, because if he do, then the assistance will be cut off for his family. So he had to be out the house. This will ultimately cause a problem after a while. So then therefore that will push the man out. The woman has to get the assistance for the family. So that will push the man out and ultimately cause other problems later on where the man is not in the house now. That's for that one reason. You know what I'm saying? Now we move on, and then, the man is not there for that reason, then that can cause other turmoil and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. You know what I mean? That could cause all types of turmoil. Then you got your kids. The father's not in the home. He's acting up. You know what I'm saying? Or in some instances, the man was never there anyway. So, get into that. It's vital, man, that you know what I'm saying, the man has to be in that home. You want to have that. But sometimes some things don't work out, and a child will not keep a person. So we understand that. But it's vital that you do co-parent and you don't be, you know what I'm saying, that you get on the same page and work as a team, because you don't want these people in your business, man. And it could be worked out without these people in some cases. So for the fathers, man, I'm talking to the fathers first, man. Listen, man, stop making excuses of why you not in the home, or why you not doing certain things. I'm gonna take that why you not in the home back, because certain instances can happen. But stop making excuses of why you not being in your child life, man. You know what I'm saying? For you, stop making excuses. If the mother is not giving you problems and she's open and she's wanting you in the child life, stop making excuses why you're not there, man. That child didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? And number two, man, when you got a job, stop, brothers. I've ran into brothers and the new brothers that, man, stop skipping out on the jobs, man, because child support done came down on you. Oh, they killing your check. They doing all this. They doing all that. They ain't gonna solve the problem, man. That shit ain't gonna go away. The money gonna keep stacking up. Be proactive, man. And I'm gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? When I say be proactive, I'm gonna get to that. Be proactive, man. If you know that they taking money out of your check or something like that. Go to these people, call these people, be proactive, go to the caseworker, go down to your child support agency, talk to them, file motion, go to court to get, you know what I'm saying, your payment reduced. Show that you're not making X amount of dollars, because a lot of times what they do is they'll automatically, if a woman go open up a case, they'll automatically tack on, they'll automatically, if you didn't show up for court, they'll automatically just say, hey bro, this what he gonna pay. And somehow, in some way, you know what I mean, sometimes that's what they do to draw you in, because they figuring, all right, well, if he paying this, at some point you're going to come down and address the court with your situation. We can't stop being so scared and running from the system, man. When they're dealing with your money, man, and you working, you got to live too, right? So go down there and get your thing together. And at the same time, file motions and get your parental rights too. And we're going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you can't, that you a father, or if you the non-custodial parent, you know what I'm saying? The meaning, like, you're not in the home. Just things that you got to do. You go get your parental rights to make sure you get your visitations and all of that stuff. File the motions, get your visitation rights and all of that stuff. Get your mediations and all of that stuff. Even though those could be broken, they can break them and everything, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Go and do those things. Don't run from the system, man, because that money not going to go away, bro. It's going to keep stacking up. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, it's going to keep stacking up. So the best thing you could do is be proactive. Go state your case. Let them know you ain't making the money. Show, they can see. If you're in the system, they can see that, you know what I mean? Or you present to them with your stubs or whatever and show them what you're making, because they can only take, a certain percentage, you know what I'm saying, from you. So make sure you go. I think, 10 or 15%, something like that, of what you grossing or whatever. So make sure you go plead your case, man. Don't just leave that open like that. And another thing, man, brothers gotta stop doing too, man. Stop. If you not with the child's mother, brother, man, stop having sex with them. Stop having those relations with them, because if they still gonna continue to lay with you, the feelings are there. So don't. And then if you got somebody else and you still laying with your baby moms, with your child moms, if you still laying with her, the feelings are there. You're gonna rehatch those feelings again. Then she feels that she has a kid with you anyway, so she's entitled. You dealing with another woman, either you got a kid with another woman or not. You still laying with your child's mother. Stop. Because that's just going to make things worse mentally, physically. That's going to be another reason for her to run from you and take the child and get from you, because you're playing with her emotions and everything like that. You playing with fire. So don't get mad if she blow up your spot and you and your boo stop, you know what I'm saying, start having problems in your home because you still dealing with your child's mother outside the home that you currently in, and that's causing problems inside your home. You causing a whole firestorm, man. Like, stop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stop having sex with them and whispering in the ear, you heard? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things, man. Be proactive in these situations. Another thing, man, to the ladies, yo. I want to speak to the ladies. You know, I'm going through the levels from the man to the woman, and I'm going to talk about the system. Ladies, if you know that the dad is a good dude, give him time. Work with him. Don't just be running to the system. These people don't care about you. They don't care about your family dynamics. They don't care about none of that. If you know he's a good dude, and you know that he was solid when you met him, and he was working, and sometimes he might have fell on hard times, work with the dude. Don't try to drag him. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to drag him. Now, And don't let the bitterness, the passive, because if y'all broke up, y'all couldn't be together, or if y'all was never together, and then you see him with somebody else, or whatever the case is, don't let that bitterness, it ain't about you with him no more, it's about the child. So, and then another thing, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean? Like, yeah, just don't let that bitterness, man, like disrupt anything, man. Keep it in house, man. Work it out, because the system don't care. Now, if you met a joker and you know the joker ain't had no job, no pot to pissing, and you heard he had other kids that he ain't claiming, then you mad. Then you need to prepare for the worst. You need to prepare for the worst. And what? Don't get mad when you knew this dude didn't have anything, and then you popping off and you like, he don't even pay child support. Well, he ain't had a pot to piss in when you met him, or you barely knew anything about him. So now you had a kid by him, and now you looking for support. But where you gonna get it from? You know what I'm saying? Because if he's just a hustler, you know what I mean? That ain't guaranteed money, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? He need to have his own business, or he need to be having a job. You know what I'm saying? He need to have something that's he need to have something solid. You know what I mean? He need to have something going on for himself solid. So you can't get mad at that situation and handle it accordingly. If a dude ain't doing what he gotta do, handle your situation. To the mothers out there, or the fathers, vice versa. If you took custody of the child, handle the situation. If they not doing what they need to do, and you giving them all the chances, then do what you gotta do. Cause the child ain't asked to be here, and you need help. But it ain't all about the money neither. It's about time spent. So if you feel like the parent ain't giving enough money for you or the child, that don't mean you pull back on the time from them. That don't mean you dip out on the time from them, because you messing up the dynamics, and that messes with the child head. And then later on, what you have, the kid running around out here ain't had no solid foundation. He kind of fucked up in the head, or she's messed up in the head. Then they go out here and doing all of this crazy shit that we see later on. You know what I'm saying? Out here from some of our children. You know what I'm saying? Doing crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And it all be coming from family dynamics, because they ain't asked to be here. So it's the mental stuff that take place, man. You know what I'm saying? Within a person, within the child, they don't understand, and they grow up confused about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But much props to all the parents that are co-parenting and making it work, man. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that, okay, they might have made a wrong choice and not protecting themselves, but hey, they had a child. They might have had some bumps in the roads, but they came together and they worked it out. You know what I'm saying? Peace to all those parents that's being proactive with that, man, and working it out. Another thing, man, the system don't care. So the best thing you can do is work it out amongst yourselves. That's why the system, they don't care. They only helping you go to child support. They only going to the other non-custodial parent for the money, because they need that parent to give back to what they've been giving to you. It ain't all about the child. And then you only gonna get the crumbs after they take what they need, what they portion of what they feel like they was owed from giving you funding for food and health care. They go into the non-custodial getting that. And I feel like, the whole system is jacked up on that level. But, hey, if the parent got to do what she got to do, or as the father, vice versa, if you got the children, you got to do what you got to do. If the other parent is not trying to help you and meet you in the middle, you got to do what you got to do. But, man, keep the system out your family as much as you can, because they do not care. That's not their job to care either. They don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Their whole thing is to recoup what they gave out. Even though I feel like if this person go down here, that's like somebody going to get credit. And they go get credit on their own in their own name, and then now the creditor coming to you like, hey, you gotta pay that debt. Well, I ain't put my name on nothing, and I ain't sign up for none of that. So why I gotta pay for that? You know what I'm saying? The whole system need to be revamped, and it need to be a way where it need to be first mediation. Hey, listen, y'all come to the table. What this one could do, what that one could do. If you can't afford it, y'all work it out. Now, if y'all try to come to the table during the mediation and figure out funding wise and time wise where they gonna get the child, y'all come to that agreement. If someone don't stick to it financially and supporting the child, period, all around the board, being there physically, then you gotta handle your business. Then that's when the system should step in. I don't think they should just automatically step in from the rip. And I mean, they should give assistance temporary, but with the condition, hey, we're going to give y'all 90 to 60 days or maybe a year to get y'all thing together. After that, we're going to come back to the table. But you're only going to get this for a year. And don't come after the other parent. Get them time to fix it up. And if it don't work, then snatch and do what you got to do. Child support payments or whatever you got to do. Pick them up for child support. Then, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But that's just my thought, man. And I just wanted to talk about that. I can elaborate more, man. But this Space Invaders TV, man, it's your boy Rashawn, a.k.a. Looker. This was something I just want to speak about. Hey, man, we can elaborate more on it. But it was just something on my mind. And when we look about and look with the youth, some of them have been doing in the past and present, man, and run around doing all this wild stuff. You got to think about the family dynamics, man, and the things that in the past. And because if you think about it, if it was a two-parent home, some of these things you wouldn't see some of the activity that you see today. Or if it was a more foundation where you had better co-parenting and dudes stepping up to the plate, or parents, the non-custodial parent just stepping up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? More. You would see less of what we see from our young black children and then children, period. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, I'm your boy. Make sure y'all subscribe to the page, hit the notification bell. This is Space Invaders TV. Man, leave your comments at the bottom. We can talk more, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's something y'all want me to speak on, we can speak about that more. And like I said, I'm not just talking. I dealt with this same situation too. And that's why I'm sharing it with y'all about being proactive, man. The Space Invaders TV.